Hey, welcome back, ghouls and goblins. I hope you're all having a magical day, and thank you so much for taking the time to support the channel. We are back with a new Mythic rank standard best of one deck guide with a bonus sideboard guide if you pay attention until the end. We'll break down the deck list, talk about the strategies and synergies held within, demonstrate this within our Mythic rank gameplay footage against the best decks and players in the world right now. And of course, we'll wrap up with our final thoughts, deck review, pack openings coming back soon. I know you've all been waiting, and don't worry, they're here soon. I live in rural Canada. It takes a while, okay? And of course, that sideboard guide as well that I've been trying to incorporate into all of our videos. So with that all out of the way, just thank you one more time. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Show your support. You can also become a YouTube member for access to that exclusive Sunday members-only stream. Challenge me directly to a one-on-one match. And let's take a look at the deck. Here we are with Mono Red Aggro. This is the newest build within March of the Machine. We have incorporated a few new cards, the first being Urabrask, a 4-mana legendary creature, Phyrexian Praetor, 4 power, 4 toughness with first strike. And whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, Urabrask will deal 1 damage to target opponent. Phenomenal. And then we'll also gain 1 red mana into our pool. We can pay 1 red mana from our pool to exile Urabrask, and then return it to the battlefield transformed under its owner's control into the Great Work, and then activate this only if a sorcery and an instant have been cast 3 or more times this turn, right? So we're going to triple cast, then we're going to flip it with the mana that it's providing into the Great Work. When it enters play, 3 damage to each creature that our opponent controls, and each opponent as well, which is pretty cool. Then we'll create 3 treasure tokens on our next draw, and finally, until the end of turn, you may cast instant and sorcery spells from any graveyard, and if a spell was to be put into the graveyard this way, it's actually going to be put into exile instead, and then we'll exile the Great Work, returning it back into the battlefield as Urabrask, which is really, really powerful. So, we do have a bit of a new take on the deck. It's very similar, don't get me wrong, but we have a lot more instant and sorcery spells in this build to target, or not to target, but to trigger Urabrask's ability so we can transform it, right? Other new cards in the build include the Bloodfeather Phoenix for 2 mana, a 2 power, 2 toughness creature phoenix with flying, can't block, and whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell that deals damage to an opponent or battle, you may pay 1. If you do, return the Phoenix from the graveyard to the battlefield. It gains haste. So we want to be discarding this card into the graveyard, dealing damage, which we're doing anyways as a part of our overall strategy, bring it back at a reduced cost, and give it haste. So, a 2 mana 2/2 with flying that can't block isn't great. The fact that it can come back from the grave is better. Of course, we want to be skipping that whole first phase and just playing it from the grave to really be capitalizing on good value generation. And we'll be discarding it to the grave with another new card, Thrill of Possibility. 2 mana, 1 generic, 1 red, instant speed. As an additional cost to cast the spell, discard a card and draw 2 cards. So, we're using the exile and play until end of next turn in the older version. In this version, we actually want to discard, so the Bloodfeather Phoenix can be played at a reduced cost, okay? And then finally, Stoke the Flames, or as I like to say, Stroke the Flames. 4 mana, 2 generic, double red, instant speed with Convoke, using creatures that are untapped that you tap to basically act as mana, which is really nice. And then 4 damage to any target is absolutely phenomenal, so very high damage output there. The rest of the deck you will be familiar with. We'll run through it quickly. 4 copies of End the Festivities, 1 mana, sorcery speed, 1 damage to each opponent and each creature and planeswalker they control. Really, really good stuff here. Kumano faces Kakkazan, 1 mana, 1 damage to each opponent and planeswalker they control. Next up, when you cast your next creature spell, put a +1/+1 counter on it, and then finally exile and transform into the Etching. It's a 2/2 with haste, and when a creature would die this turn that was dealt damage by a source you control, exile it instead. This card is just ridiculous. Get it off my screen, HGG. Monastery Swiftspear for 1 power, 2 toughness with haste and prowess as a human monk. Really nice because it grows as we continue to cast those non-creature spells on Urabrask, and this is going to be a big booty by the time we're done. The Phoenix chick, 1 mana, 1 power, 1 toughness, flying haste as a creature Phoenix. Can't block, and whenever you attack with 3 more creatures, you may pay 2. If you do, return the chick from the graveyard to the battlefield tapped and attacking with a +1/+1 counter on it. Not too bad. Again, we really like the recursive ability to replay it from the grave. Play with fire for 4, 1 mana, instant speed, 2 damage to any target. If it was a player, scry 1. Very good. We like the scry. Spot removal here as well is not too shabby. We have 3 copies of Lightning Strike for 2 mana, instant speed, 3 damage to any target. Thank you very much. 2 copies of Chandra, Dress to Kill, 3 mana, 1 generic, double red, 3 starting loyalty, +1 ability, adding a red source to our pool, dealing 1 damage to target player or planeswalker. +1 as well to exile the top card of your library. If it's red, you may cast it this turn. And then finally, -7, exile the top 5 cards of your library. You may cast red spells from among them this turn and get an emblem with whenever you cast a red spell, deal X damage to any target where X is the amount of mana to cast that spell. This is just going to straight up win you games. Very, very nice. 4 copies of Mechanized Warfare, 3 mana as an enchantment. If a source you control will deal damage to an opponent or permanent they control, it deals that much +1 instead. Beautiful. And then 19 Mountains with a Crucible of Defiance to top it off with our 60 card standard best of 1 build that we do have a sideboard. If you're a traditional player, you'll have to watch until the end for that. 14 creatures, 26 non-creatures, 1.9 average. Very, very quick deck that we are having a ton of fun with right now. So make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Become a YouTube member to challenge me directly every single Sunday. And just kick back, relax, enjoy the new deck and the games. Opponent going first, keeping 7. There's a lot of Phoenix here. A lot of things I like to play with here, right? Only thrill when I need the land. Let's just eat up the removal. Right, I mean, we can't thrill all 3 Phoenixes. They're oopsing like they are missing the plot here. Let's take the hit. They could still have removal. And turn. I'm going to toss a Phoenix. Thank you very much. Creature out. Blast them. Bring the Phoenix back. It can literally stay there. That's pretty good. And this is a chunky hit for 7, down to 8. Phoenix power, baby. And it's, you know, casting it from the grave for 1. I like that. They find their 3rd land. Tossing a shoulder, that's wild. They must have 2 copies. They are defending. I think we just double dunk. Pretty wild. We could have also convoked if we wanted to. Oof. Sometimes you just get it, right? All right, keeping 7. Kumano's in on 1. Phoenix in on 2 with Play with Fire. Denick is quite frustrating to me. I'm going to take the Scry down to 15. Swiftspear makes the cut. Ooh, this is a lot of damage. And we get the exile too with etching, which is even more. Oh no, I forgot to play my Swiftspear. Oops. I got so excited because we were exiling it that I just went right for it. We do miss 1 damage there. You can't tell me what to do. I knew it the whole time. I just, like a dog, you know, I just couldn't help myself. Just marching in and I was like, what do you mean they're snacks? Okay then. We continue to bash home. Oh no. Oh no. And with no field wipe here, we have lethal. If it is a field wipe, we have a Phoenix. Too little, too late, Shelly. Good game. Nice. Going first, keeping 7. 2 lands. Chicken 1 in play. Chicken 2 coming in down right away. Ooh. The Vindictive Flame Stroker. Not the Flame Stoker, the Flame Stroker. 2 red mana up. I can't find my 3rd. That sucks. I will bash and bash. I guess removing the smaller chick's probably best. We'll just take that damage, please, and thank you. That 3rd land would have been sick. But we can't all be gods. Down to 15, not terrible past our turn. Here's the removal. 3 damage. They toss a card, draw a card. Interesting. Hey, for 1, don't care. Taking the scry, please and thank you. 2 damage as well. Not a land, has to go. Like the card, but not today. It's got to be a counter spell, right? Or removal on the Phoenix, which is actually, you know, not the worst. Not the worst, you know. I'm gonna say hello to you next turn. Or do we wait? You know, we big chillin'. I guess a lot of that depends. Ooh. Ouch. So this would be 5 and 6 for 11. Can we just race them? If we find a play with fire, even a Kumano, a haste attacker. Oh, we have the Phoenix in the grave. We have the Phoenix in the grave. Okay. Okay. Dude, you don't need to find a haste attacker. You've already got one. They discard, have access to those until the end of next turn, then draw that many. I like this Kaldheim card, not too shabby. And they attack for 5. Why didn't the dragon hit? Well, this is just heartbreaking. Absolutely! I think we let the Phoenix do the work, and then the spell hits them, brings the Phoenix back. Right? Same as it ever was. Make the treasures, I assume. Hitting for 6 and 9. We're getting close. The bird can finish it off. Maybe. This is fine. There's no flyers. I don't care about the tokens, really. Ooh, some of these things are good, though. Okay, so this play with fire can kill the Phoenix. And that's fairly frustrating. We're at 18 life, though. And it's still going to draw it away from us. And I guess that's good. Another Flame Stroker, don't care. I guess I should have been casting this Lightning Strike. I've been trying to hold it to get the Phoenix, but we keep pulling this Field Wipe, which is just so good. I mean, this is going to get hit by Play with Fire. And again, it's eating up their removal and just being replayed, I will Lightning Strike here. Because we're at lethal. If there's no counter spells. Okay. Make the monk, that's fine.
Get out there and
3 mana up. Let's pull counter magic. No. No Phoenix, that's fine. Here it comes anyways. If, you know, we needed to do more damage, we could with the Phoenix that's coming back right here. I could still find that counter magic. Okay. Very nice. All thanks to the Phoenix. Like, how many times did we play that from the grave? Opponent goes first. Actually cheating. You know? Let's get faces in there. Pass over. Guess we'll toss the land. We can Lightning Strike and the Festivity to combo on it. Or do we wait? I really want to wait and Urabrask this little fucker. I'm gonna leave you your shark, even though I could have taken it because I'm greedy. I want to showcase the new cards, you know? At the end of the day, that's all I want to do. Soon. We're close. We can get that 6th land. That would be ideal. All attack, let's go. I still think we go for it. It's 4 damage. I mean... Do they crew? They just lose 1. That's fine. Get out of here! Alright, that's a lot of damage, you know? Let's sneak Shandi in. I know there's counterspell, and I don't want Urabrask to get get smashed. I can't do that right now, so that's fine. I think we're safe to smash. Still big chillin'. Down to 11, not so bad. Three cards. I mean, they've got that incubate token chillin'. Oh. They just hit enchantments. They're tapped. Three, four, five, six, seven. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh my god, we get so close. Do we just go for it and pretend we're close enough? We can transform this if all works out. Just leave me alone for one turn. Don't counter any of my stuff or whatever. Like, is this caster? Yeah, that's cast. I'll send it up top. Prowess, make the mana. Land goes. Rill. Toss end. Make the mana. This is our second spell. Can they remove Urabrask? They're countering, that's fine. It was a good spell that they're countering, though. They have 2 mana for the incubate still, which is massive. They're 4s or whatever. This is 6. Here's our third spell. We have 2 mana still. We pay 1 of it for Urabrask. We can't get the attack through because of the incubates. Right, there's easy double block there for them. So here's 3 damage to each creature they control. And target opponent, which just gets us the kill. Bam! And then we're going to make some treasures. And then I think we can cast a bunch of stuff, which is pretty cool. So, I mean, we've seen that Urabrask can at least be flipped. When it does, might just win you the game. 3 treasures. Until end of turn, you may cast instant and sorcery cards from any graveyard. Yes, we will. And if you cast an instant or sorcery this way and it would be put into a graveyard, exile it instead, and then exile and transform back to Urabrask, right? So, very cool. Nice to get it to flip. And, you know, top player here. A very good deck as well. Bam! All right, keeping 7 going first, and it is a Phoenix Parade. Number 1. I think they should already have haste, and when they come back from the grave, do so as 3 3s with haste. Right? Looks like it's a soldier's deck. So we are looking for End the Festivities, just like every match. Aviator's pretty cool. It's a nice block. guess just take it out, right? Continue our bird assault. We have a lot of additional work to do, and the Soldier's deck is really good when they get to 3 mana. If we can keep the skies clear, we should be okay. If we can draw maybe like a Chandra. Thrill of Possibility would be really good too. Rope is up. That's, I guess not a bad sign for us. I mean, it's a little boring, but probably means they don't have a good answer. And we might get the Alt F4 win as they've left the building. Right? Throwing their phone across the room. I hate this game. Never playing it again. We will show no quarter, though. Oh, yeah. They're gone. They are gonzo. Well, they could be. I don't know. Maybe, you know. It's all into personal preference, I suppose. Tick-tock goes the blue timeout clock. Free win. Watch them start playing right when they get warned that they're about to lose. I think at this point, you know, we've got enough of a head start. It's fine. I don't know why they can't just concede, but whatever. Whatever. Yeah, start playing now. Is it like a flex for them? They're like, oh, look how long I waited to beat them. More birds, baby! You've heard of horsepower, but what about bird power, dude? How many bird power is this piece of machinery? That's what they should do if, like, you know, something's on the ground. It's horsepower. But if it's an airborne vehicle, then it's bird power. Can we get a hold of someone for this? I feel like we definitely got to run this up the chain. Right? The FAC or whatever. Maybe their system just crashed and they had to get back. Good game. Kind of, sort of. Great banter. Bird power. Let's keep 7. Land is really good. The curve is really good. Hit for 1. And we're playing first, right? So that's a thing. Top 300 player, though. So buckle your boots, bruh. Take our scry. Oh, Mechanized Warfare on the top. Who rigged my hand? Who shuffled this for me? Can you shuffle every time, dude? Mirix, any color land right now. So it's a counterspell, right?
At saving his god by now.
I can't believe it.
I'd love to.
Down to 10 with Chandra in play. I like it. Oh, Fateful Absence. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Reasonable. Gain a billion life. Let's sneak this out with there's no counter magic. Take our hit, single block. We'll clean up next time. We still need a lot of luck here. Control decks are hard to beat. They have so much life gain. Are you kidding me, dude? try to draw the counter magic out if it's there. Right, because we did have to discard. So this is a good counter spell. Absolutely, dude. You're a legend. They could have sacked one before to get the festivities. So that's very nice navigation on our end. Ugh, gross. Down to 6, though, so let's just draw some good old damage spells. Draw a card. Gets us pretty close. Ay, ay, ay. Nothing but land over here, dude. While their guard's down. Jib jab, jib jab. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. You were the one, Monastery Swiftspear. Okay. I was worried it was a Wandering Emperor. Seed of the Emperor, still very good. Alright, wait for them to tap. Jib jab, jib jab. Oh, jib jab, baby. That's what you just wait for them to tap. Send it in. Yeah, that's very nice. Top 1400. That's a top 300 control player. Mono rad. You're still doing your thing, I guess, eh? Okali dokali. Mono red aggro. Pretty cool. Is it as good as the old version? I think it's nearly as good, if not a little bit better on the top end. However, there's always room for improvement. I was pulling in this game a lot of Warfares. I think I would go down to 3 Mechanized Warfares and just take that 4th Kumano. That would be fine by me. I think that would work really, really nicely here. Aside from that, sideboard cards, the Lithomantic Barrage for 1 mana sorcery speed can't be countered. Dealing 1 damage to target creature or planeswalker. It's going to deal 5 damage instead if it's white or blue. So, you know, you come into these control decks with counter spells, you know, easily take out their big creatures, their planeswalkers with little to no cost. If we do, you know, come into countering non-creature spells, right? We want to go creatures. We can easily sideboard that way as well. Bringing in everything that we already loved. Thank you for the support. I appreciate that so much. The Excavator, right? It's a 2/2 with haste. When it deals, gets dealt damage, you can, you know, exile and choose one of those cards to play, right? So good card advantage. Squee, you know, 3 mana, 2/2 with haste. You already know this creature. When it attacks, it makes the 1/1 also tapped and attacking. Play it from the grave, which is really good here as well. Wrenn's Resolve, if you know, you're up against a Sheoldred, you don't want to draw, you know, you can exile and play from exile instead, dodging the damage. Brotherhood's End, if against other aggro decks, you know, they're out there. Soldiers still exist, so, you know, it's really nice to just have a hard cleanup like this. Furnace Reins, if they've got a big baddie at Raxa that you're going to smash them in the mouth with. I shouldn't have played that one, dude. Just taking control of their creature, making a treasure here as well. Invasion, 4 damage, 1 damage to creature. So if they've got a 1 toughness creature, I love Invasion. You can smash down the prowess here on the Inferno is really nice as well for our damage output. And then that's a sideboard guide, right? So, you know, if the spells don't work out, by all means, you can take that creature base and, you know, it doesn't get any better than that, right? So it's a cool way to experiment with these new cards while still having, you know, the ability to fall back to what you're really comfortable with and what is really powerful, right? So first match, you're slanging spells. Second match, switch it up to the creatures because they're going to be expecting something entirely different, right? In the first match, you don't have a lot of creatures in play. They probably side out their board wipes, right? They're like, oh, I just need life gain. I need negates, stuff like this. And then all of a sudden, boom, we're all creatures. So, you know, that's going to be out of left field for them. And hopefully you can get the win there that way. Anywho, thank you all so much for your support, watching the video until the end. You're phenomenal. Like, comment, subscribe if you somehow haven't already done that yet. You can also become a YouTube member to challenge me every single Sunday directly on our YouTube members only live stream. Until next time, have an absolute magical day, and I'm looking forward to seeing you again soon.